Ken's Qualia Journal. So I want to talk about the true Ikigai diagram. About a few years ago, I published a book on Ikigai. In the UK, it was published under the title The Little Book of Ikigai, and in the UK, Awakening Your Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese word for describing the reason for living. Iki means life, and gai means reason. So it can be something small like taking your dog out for a walk in the morning, or it can be your life's ultimate goal, realizing your wildest dreams. In the book, I described the five pillars of Ikigai. They are starting small, reducing yourself, harmony and sustainability, the joy of little things, and being in the here and now. There is something really interesting about these five pillars. I did not actually start from these five pillars. After I finished writing the book, I reflected on what I have written and I analyzed and sorted out and came up with these five pillars. So these five pillars came only at the very latest stage of the book writing. The reason being that for Japanese, ikigai is something really natural. It's something like the air we breathe. So we don't really think about ikigai as something, or in terms of explicit rules that you follow in your life. So that is why I had to write the whole book before I came up with these five pillars of ikigai. So ikigai is something so deeply embedded in the Japanese culture. In the five pillars of Ikigai, I have stressed the importance of small things, starting small, the joy of little things, because too often people think of Ikigai as something big in your life. But it's not true. I mean, Ikigai is about the whole spectrum of things. Ikigai can be something that is so small that it seems almost trivial. It can be something very private that you might be kind of shy to talk about it. But all these things are ikigai, as well as your career's ultimate goals. So it's a rich spectrum and diversity of ikigai that is so important and wonderful. Now, as you might know, in the internet, there's this famous Ikigai diagram. The origin of this famous diagram is definitely not Japanese. As a Japanese, I have never seen this diagram before Ikigai became a kind of a buzzword in the world. So this most probably is Western in its origin. And I do think that this diagram is helpful, but at the same time, I am afraid that probably this diagram misrepresents what Ikigai is all about. So I did some, scribbling and analyzing and uh, soul searching, and this is one of the notes that I made on the process. So today I'm going to discuss what a true Ikigai diagram should look like. Now, this is my really clumsy reproduction of the famous Ikigai diagram that is probably not Japanese in its origin and Western in its origin. And most often, Ikigai is described as a cross section of these four categories: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be. Many people equate Ikigai with the cross section of these four categories. However, uh, that is not the Ikigai that we Japanese think about. Ikigai is all of these things. All of this is Ikigai. That's the beauty of it. So what you're good at can be your Ikigai. What you love can be your Ikigai. What you can be your Ikigai. What the world needs is can be your Ikigai. It's all this diversity that is so important. It's a whole spectrum that is so important. That is Ikigai. So if you stick to these four categories, the whole area is should be your Ikigai. I rather like to start from these four categories. So in your life, there are small joys and big joys. small purposes and big purposes, and also there are private joys and public joys, and private purposes and public purposes. Ikigai is all of these things. So it can be something small, or it can be something big, or it can be something private, or it can be something public. So the whole idea of Ikigai is very democratic. It is a whole spectrum of the diversity of things that gives your life some deeply rooted joy. That is the beauty of Ikigai. So this actually should be the true Ikigai diagram. Yes, folks, that's it. This is the true Ikigai diagram. All of this is Ikigai. So if we go back to the 5 pillars of Ikigai, starting small, releasing yourself, harmony and sustainability, the joy of little things, and being in the here and now are the 5 pillars of Ikigai. And as I repeat, I came up with these 5 pillars of Ikigai only after I have finished writing the most of my Ikigai book. And then I did some analysis and soul searching and deep analysis of what I have done, and I came up with these 5 pillars. In terms of the diagram, however, if think your life in terms of these 4 categories of things: small joys, big joys, private joys, public joys. The fact is that all of these things are your ikigai. So, this is the true ikigai diagram. Korea will meet again.